welcome back to another thrilling episode of Lumberjack Barbecue. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you appreciate and like this video. And if you don't, oh well, it's just a mindless 10-minute waste of time. So what we're going to do today is some cheese stuffed, bacon wrapped barbecue meatballs. Now, I'm sure the Barbecue Pit Boys have done this, and many others, Smoky Goodness, Smoky Ribs. There's probably a ton of you out there that have done this. Probably a ton of you out there that have seen this before. It's nothing new. I just wanted to try it. So this is what we're going to use. We're going to, besides the beef, which I have in the refrigerator, we just brought it home, 80-20 ground beef. We're going to use some bacon, of course. Into the meat is going to be some cut up oats. We're going to use this RedRocks Hickory Smoke seasoning. My brother-in-law, he got this for me down at the restaurant supply store. Hickory Smoke salt, Hungarian and California paprika, roasted garlic, toasted onion, black pepper, hickory smoke flavoring, and oregano. We're going to mince up an onion, put that in with the meat. Then the cheese we're going to use, just because it's laying around, is extra sharp cheddar cheese. And we're going to cut that up in little pieces and stuff it inside the meatball. And then we're going to put it in some kind of pan or something like that. And use this sweet Vidalia onion barbecue sauce. This was on sale for like 10 for $1 at our local supermarket. So that's what we're going to do. Right now what I'm going to do is just put everything aside and start chopping up what I got to chop up and mixing in a hamburger and all that, and we'll bring you back. Alright, we got some stuff prepped. We have our cheese cut up into little pieces. Looks like about 29 of them because I ate one. And we have our onions are minced now. Our oats have been chopped up pretty good. And we've added, of course, some more ingredients. We have our 2 eggs. We have, of course, got to put some pure ground black pepper in there, some salt. And I'm about ready to get to it. So, just for cleanliness sake and for me to not have to wash my hands a billion times, I'm going to put these gloves on. This can get awful messy. And that way I don't have to bother Lumberjack Jr. turn the sink on, or turn the faucet on for me all the time. They pour me out some soap and all that. After I get done doing this, then we're going to make the meatballs. We'll bring it back for that. And then I got to get the liver going so I can put the bacon after. The bacon's got to go first. We're going to cook it ahead of time and get it close. And that way the meat has a chance to cook as well on these meatballs. Because these meatballs are going to be... Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to put the bacon on right on with the meatballs. Because, yeah, it is going to take a while for these meatballs to cook. So that'll be good for the bacon. So here we go. I'm going to crack 2 eggs. Oh, got a shell. Let me by there, Lumberjack Jr.
Okay.
Have to show our trash can. Alright, that one went well. Oops, we'll have to get that later. A lot of whoopsing going on here. Oh, I should have thought about putting the dry ingredients in first. Well, we'll get another glove after this. There goes our oats. And that was about 1/4 cup. Next up is our salt. RedRocks smoke seasoning already has a goodly amount of salt. I guess that's probably a little over a teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon, I'm not sure. And I got our pepper. Of course, that stuff has pepper as well. So we're only going to go with a little bit here. That looks good for 2 pounds of meat. Actually, it's 2.69 pounds. If anybody out there is counting. And this is kind of like the star flavor here. Whoop, that might be too much. We'll have to put that back in the jar. I don't know, maybe in a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons, something like that. For that little bit. I think I'm going to put that back. And then we're going to get to mixing this all up. You guys have seen this before. You got to use your hands. And we'll bring it back once we're making the meatballs. Alright? Alright. Here we are. We're assembling our meatballs now. And I did one ahead of time just to see how simple it was, so I didn't flub on the camera, but I might anyway. And you guys have seen this before, so we're only going to show you one, maybe 2, just in case you are new. It really isn't that difficult. I'll take a decent size chunk of meat, and I didn't overwork this meat because I don't want it to be tough. And all I'm going to do, kind of just shove it in there. and then wrap it back around. And just roll it around a little bit with my hand. And then I'll grab some bacon. Now, some of this bacon, I cut some off, gnawed some off, whatever, to do another recipe. So that's why part of the bacon only has half the strips. So we're working off of that end, and we're going to wrap it around like that. If we had a full strip, I'd wrap it around once and then bring it around the other side. And then there we are. So that's what we're doing. After this, we're going to put them in the refrigerator, make sure they get nice and cold. And maybe 10 minutes before I put them on the grill, I might put them up in the freezer so they just get really nice and cold. The smoke's going on out there. I'm getting my chimney starter going. And we'll bring you back when we're putting them out on the grill. Thanks for watching. Alright, here we are. Outside, we got our meatballs wrapped with the bacon. I got 3 of them that didn't get wrapped completely around. And Mrs. Lumberjack wants a couple that don't have the bacon on them. The cheese is already stuffed inside. That was probably a little overload on the cheese. I had probably a little too much, so I didn't use it all. But we're ready to go. The grill has come up to temp. The charcoal's in there. And we're about ready to put these on. I've already scraped the grill or brushed the grill down. I've already used a napkin and some oil to season the grates and make sure that we have a non-stick surface. Let's get to it. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave them lay here for until I feel that they're ready. I got my thermometer here, and we're going to let them go for a while. You know what? I think I'm going to take Mrs. Lumberjack's and put hers in the back, since they don't have bacon protection. And once they get to a decent temp, that they're close as far as the beef's concerned, I think the bacon's all right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take those pans that are going to have the drippings in them, and we're going to put the meatballs back in those pans with some barbecue sauce and all those bacon drippings and whatnot. It should be pretty good. So we'll bring you back when something exciting happens. Alright? Thanks. What I forgot to show you is that I'm also going to be using this hickory wood right here to smoke, put some smoke in there. I just put that right over to direct coals, and that'll provide ample smoke for us. And you can actually see some starting to come out right now. Just a little hint, a whisper. Alright, just wanted to make sure I got that in. Bye. 2 of them have the juices in. 1 of them doesn't. That's what Mrs. Lumberjack asked for. And now we're gonna, she wanted the sweet Vidalia onion in hers. So we're gonna take some of that. Try to plop some on top of it. As well as just pour some around in there. And we'll get a brush a little later and brush them around and move them around. Now, we're going to take some Hawaiian Sweet Baby Rays and put them on some of these. I'm going to try to get distributed evenly. Then we'll put some in the bottom, just so they can kind of sit in that barbecue sauce with those juices. And that's what we're doing here. So I'll get a brush then, and make sure I brush them and cover them good and all that. I think we got a good amount of smoking wood, so we'll be fine there. And we'll bring it back when we're taking them off the grill and giving a taste test. We'll see you then. Alright, we're not done yet, but we're getting there. When I put the barbecue sauce in, they kind of slowed everything down because, of course, the barbecue sauce was room temperature, colder than what's going on in there. So for a little while, it's been about, I guess, let's see, 3:30, 4:30, an hour and 45 minutes from the very beginning. Slowed it down a little bit. Now we were at 144 to 147. Now we're back up to about 145. We don't have any bubbling going on yet with the barbecue sauce, but we're getting there. Remember, these 2 have the drippings in them. This one does not. And then I came out and put a little bit of water in it just to loosen it up because it's going to get thicker. So what we're going to do is just spin them around for even cooking. And then I'm going to take my tongs and try to flip them over. And then we'll come back in about a half an hour and see where we are. Let's just try to roll them a little bit. They're looking good. They smell good. And that's what we're doing here. We're just flipping them over and Gonna let them cook for another half an hour, take a look at them temperature wise, and hopefully we'll be eating soon. Alright, so we'll bring it back when we're doing something else really exciting. Bye. Alright, a bunch of beers later, probably about 2.5 hours. These cheese stuffed, bacon wrapped, barbecue meatballs are done. Look at that bubbling up. They look really, really good. The temperature's about 166. We're pulling them off. We're going to take them inside, wrap them with a little aluminum foil, let them rest for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're going to do a little taste test. Oh, don't have so much room on this cookie sheet here. We'll have to make do. That is what's for dinner tonight, and Lumberjack Jr. has been waiting for this, and he cannot wait any longer. Oh, he's going to have to wait 10 or 20 minutes. Alright, so we'll bring you back when we get inside. Bye. So close. Alright, finally the taste test. Mrs. Lumberjack said she didn't want to be on camera this time. You guys got a sneak peek the last time. So, I picked me one out that I think is going to be delicious. They're all delicious, I'm sure. They smell awesome, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to down this with some Union-made beer. Old German premium lager out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Oh yeah. $11.99 a case. I'm a cheap son of a gun. So, let's just slice this in half. Let's see if we get a little cheese action. If we don't, that's alright. Well, we got a little bit of cheese action. It ain't oozing or nothing like that. Oh yeah, Mrs. Lumberjack's on the camera. We got a different setup here. Now we're going to take this baby, cut that half in half. That makes a quarter if you guys are doing the math. A little bacon left there. We'll throw that up on there. I swear, if you do those sound effects where I'm going nom nom nom,
no sound
I'm going to kill you. Alright, let me check it out, guys. That barbecue sauce is caramelized on there. That is very good. I can taste the smoke. The cheese isn't ooey gooey like I thought it would be. Well, yeah, actually it is. I should have put more in there, but I didn't want to overload it, and next thing you know, everything's spurting out everywhere. Very good. I might do some things different next time, but this is a good dinner. We got some green beans and some corn to go with it. As JB would say, fresh out the can. Alright, well thanks a lot for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as my son would say, peace.
Note the time. We're eating before 7 o'clock. That's a new record, Tom. 6:54.
Absolutely. And look out there. It is still
Light.
daylight.